Day, and it's going to be something that you guys can definitely grow something, change something, and produce something off of if you listen to the word. Uh, Man, the word of God it is so powerful, and it's something that we really govern your life off of is what you should govern your life off of and live it by. But this message today, I think you guys will be able to get something out of this, and maybe we can be what this message is actually speaking about. But it seems like as I was doing this, it's two things that people usually love, and it's football and money. But it is football season. But it's two things. I broke this down, and and then I'm gonna talk about both of these today. But it's two things that people usually love in life. It's usually gifts. People love getting gifts, and people love being served. So that's usually two things that people really enjoy. And we're getting close to the end of the year, and Christmas will be here before we know it. And the reason why I know everybody loves gifts is because for the holiday season, nobody ever really gets excited about giving gifts out to people. They're like, man, what can I get? What am I gonna get this year? What am I gonna get? But nobody's ever really excited about, man, I can't wait to give gifts out this year. I can't wait to be a blessing to other people. And that's kind of what our Christian walk should be. It should always usually be about what can we give instead of always what can we take. And so that's why church gets messed up sometimes also, is because most times with church, you just come to take something. We usually don't come to give something. And that's what churches across the board. And so sometimes that can get messed up. And so that's why sometimes you just have certain people doing all the work of the ministry, is because nobody comes to actually try to give or be a blessing sometimes. And if you get to that spot, man, I really think that it would be a powerful thing if the church actually thought more in terms of giving, and not just money. It's not just monetarily things. It's our gifts. What gifts and talents do most of us have that we can actually give back and be a blessing, not just in the building, but outside the building? And that's what changes people's lives. And I'm going to show you guys that today. And so we're coming out of 2 Timothy, the first chapter and the third verse here. And this is what Paul is writing to Timothy over here. And this is where we start at. It says, I thank God whom I serve. So that's a big word, man. We serve. He's serving somebody. So that means he's trying to do something for somebody whom I serve with a pure conscience. And he's saying that too, because if you don't have a pure conscience, it can be hard to serve God. So that's why he's saying, man, I do this with a pure conscience. It says, as my forefathers did, as without ceasing. So you don't give up in this. You just keep fighting. You keep pressing. You keep moving. I remember you in my prayers night and day, greatly desiring to see you, being mindful of your tears, that I may be filled with joy. When I call to remembrance the genuine faith that is in you. He's saying, man, I'm calling to remembrance this real faith. It's not the knockoff faith. This is the real, genuine faith that is in you, which first dwelt in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice. Where's his dad at? Why didn't he talk about his dad's name? He talked about forefathers. Now he giving the props to the mama and the grandmother. I say, hey, man, where the daddy at? And I am persuaded is in you also. So it's in you also. And it says, therefore, I remind you to stir up the gift of God. Stir up that gift that God has given you. Do something with that gift that God has given you. And it also says, fan the flame in another version. And so, which is in you through the laying on of my hands. So what this tells me here is that Paul has actually laid hands on Timothy. And so I know people, one guy asked one time, he said, man, just ain't come to your church because y'all do all them laying on of hands. And I say, well, never told you that. But I do believe in the laying on of hands. Well, see, people don't want hands laid on them, but what would happen? They'll put a gift on them. I bet you can put a chain around somebody's neck. They don't mind that laying on them. And then also, what did they do back in the day, man? When the king knighted you, he just put a sword on your shoulder. That's all he did to you. But for some reason, when it comes to the things of God, if you say, man, I don't want no hands laid on me, I do believe in laying on hands, because that shows impartation sometimes of what you're getting. And also, when you look back at the times when they were passing the blessings down to their children, they put their hands on their head. It can be symbolic, else it's the real thing too. I believe, man, I impart this to you. And that's what he's saying here. He's done that. But that's how he's saying he received this gift. So stir that gift up that I gave you. That gift that you have in there, now use it. And so this is what I'm going to talk to you guys today about. Serving gifts. Serving gifts. So this really doesn't make sense when you look at it. You're like, well, man, how do you serve a gift? You can't serve gifts. So yeah, as we look through this message, I'm going to show you exactly how to serve your gift. Okay. And so we have to look at what serving is. So serving is to be of use, to give service or respect, to perform duties, or contribute. That's what actually serving is, to actually contribute to something. And so that's what Paul said when he first said this. He said, man, look, I praise God whom I serve. He's performing some duties or he's contributing to something. That's what he's saying here. And then because at the end, he also told him, now stir the gift up that you have. So hopefully by now, everybody kind of knows what their gift is. And I can't go through the thing and talk about, well, this is what you do to find your gift. Nah, I can't tell you that. I don't know what your gift is. I don't know what your purpose is. But by now, y'all should know them. It's no strict formula to say this is how you find your gift and your purpose. I was talking to a guy this week. He said, yeah, Jesse, but, I'm tired of working. I just want to find where my passion is. I said, well, how do you do that? I said, you jump job to job all the time, so you're not going to figure out where your passion is. See, sometimes you get to your passion when you actually stick through a thing and then you start to like a thing. See, but a lot of people jump around so much that you can't find and dig deep roots to see where you're going. See, you have to stick with something. See, we're great starters, but we're not good finishers. So that's what happens to a lot of us, man. We're good at starting, man, and things feel good when you start. Woo, man, boy, I'm excited, boy. This feels so good. I'm in a new relationship, boy. My boo is treating me good. Be there for a while. Be there for a while. You say, man, hey, I'm still trying to serve, I'm still trying to serve her, but she ain't trying to serve me no more. She do what she want. She wants some gifts all the time. But this is what because Jesus said something very, very key. And this is what everybody misses. And well, we always miss this because we want to be served and we want gifts. See, say, look, the greatest among you is the servant. See? So see, now if you're going to serve somebody, what happens at the end sometimes? You might get a tip or you might not. But how do I treat you during the whole process? Do I treat you bad because you might give me something? Or I treat you good because I'm like, man, just in case he does want to tip me, I'll make sure this service is A1 when I give it to him. Because at the end, you don't have to give me a tip. That's not why I'm serving you. See, this is my job and the gifting that I'm in right now. That's why I'm giving this to you the way I do. I don't care if I receive a gift at the end or not from you or a tip. I'm serving you because I want to contribute to you. See, I'm serving you because I want to be of use. And that's what the book said. He said, man, the greatest among you is the one that wants to serve. See, but no, everybody usually wants to be served. Say, oh man, what can you do for me? Come take care of me. Yeah, come take care of this business for me. And see, and then also, Jesus even brought it home again. If we don't even believe that scripture, he said, look, I didn't come to serve. I didn't come to be served, but I came to serve. God Almighty himself said that he came to serve, and he was washing feet and doing these things that most people would never do. That's our God. That's our God. That's the God that we serve. And so let's see what a gift is, because I'm talking about serving this gift to people. And look at this right here. Let's see what a gift is. Notable capacity is a talent or endowment. So usually by now, somebody should know what their talent is. Somebody should definitely know what their talent is right now. Something voluntarily transferred by me to another without compensation. And see, that's where we get this messed up at sometimes. And, you know, for us men too also, and we can say that it's not the truth, but if we do give our wife a gift, we might want something in return. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. And that's what happens to a lot of people, man. I give you this gift because just in case I need you, I'm going to need you to answer for this gift. I'm going to need you to answer this because I gave this to you. And we will hear people say stuff like that. Oh, man, well, you ain't treating me right no more, so give back that gift I gave you. What we call them? Indian givers. Technically, that's not true. Indians didn't do that. Some other people did that. But I'm going to leave that there. But the Indians didn't do that. But that's what the name that they got. The Indian givers, it was them that they said did this, but they didn't do that. Check your history. But, but it's also to endow with power, quality, or attribute. So it's some type of quality or attribute that you can give to somebody or God has given you. See, so let me jump to this verse because we got to go on and get here because this is what I want you guys to see. 1 Peter 4:10. Look at this here. It says, as each one had received a gift. So what is this saying here? That everyone has a gift. Each one has received a gift. And what does it tell you to do next? Minister it to one another. Uh-oh. Now we're getting messed up in there. Because now the only person that's supposed to be ministering is the pastor. Nobody else is supposed to minister. But what is ministry? What is ministry? A person or thing through which something is accomplished. That's all ministry is. That's why the people call them ministers of defense. You administer something. You're accomplishing something. See? And so a lot of people get it mixed up saying, well, all right, man, only the pastor can minister. No, we got to accomplish something through you. Because we're all part of the body. One is the head, one's the foot, one's the ear, one's the nose. We all make up this collaborative body. So that's the only way your body can be strong. You know, you seen them little funny looking men. All they do is work chest. And then you go down to the bottom. You ain't got no legs. See, they're not working the whole body. They're not utilizing that part of the body. See, so you got to work the whole body. And see, the body can never be strong unless you're operating in your gifts and talents. We're all a part of the body. So we need everybody's gifts because why would God send you here just to sit on the pew? When you sit on the pew long enough, you start to stink. Pew. P-U. That's true. You just started. This is what happens when you sit on the pew for forever. And I'm just saying this, and I know. What you start to do, you become judgmental. See, when you're not serving and giving out something and working in your gifts and talents, you start to get judgmental and say, oh, well, no, they probably should have done it like this. You know, they probably should have done it that way, or they shouldn't do it that way. But when you start to serve, you're looking like, man, I understand that I'm usually doing the best I can. So I know with them operating their gifts and talents, they're probably doing the best that they can. Yeah. See, serving gets you in a different mindset. And see, now you get out of, oh man, everybody need to bless me and make sure everything's going right in my life instead of being a blessing to others. See, I was feeling sorry for myself one time. And I say, man, Lord, it would be nice if, somebody ever asked me, or called me and gave me a gift and see how I'm doing and check up on me sometimes. And the Lord snapped me out of that real quick because David said he had to encourage himself sometimes. You had to encourage yourself. But what I finally realized is that he said, you should always worry about encouraging, not being encouraged. See, because if I can encourage you, that means I'm not on the bottom. I'm at the top. I'm serious. Because my mind ain't in a bad spot because when you get down to those dumps, you looking up like, man, I wish somebody would help me. But if you can stay on a certain level with God where you can encourage and be a serve people and give gifts to people, now that changes your mindset. You like, man, I'm ready to attack anything that comes my way. You say, man, let me try to change this person's life. Let me try to help this person out that I come in contact with instead of saying, oh, man, woe is me. You just don't know, Lord. I ain't got no money in my pocket. But 9 times out of 10, somebody might have a nicer car than you, but they probably ain't got no money in their pocket either. Because it's going to the car. See, we just think, oh, man, it's a nice car. But no, he ain't got no money either. Y'all in the same boat. His car just looks better. That's all it is. So we have to think about these things, man. But when you're serving your gifts and talents, you get out of all that. Because church is so sometimes, because every Sunday you do see my gift. Hopefully y'all like my gift. But my gift didn't start here. See, my gift didn't start here. See, one of the first things I did when I got saved is I got plugged in. I got plugged into a church, and I don't know why I got plugged in, but every time I would go to a ministry, I would always find what the problem was and try to fill the gap. I don't know why. It was just always in me. I would go try to fill the gap. So I started out ushering, and it didn't, just what I love to do. And everybody, man, you're always smiling. You're always in a good mood. Because that was my lane. Man, it felt so good to serve and to be a blessing to people. Man, I'm opening the door, I'm smiling at them. I'm going, and if sometimes I go get the umbrella, if it's raining outside, I would serve people. And I remember I left the church. We left this church, and the lady ran into me. She said, church ain't the same no more since you left. And I was like, I ain't preaching. It should be good. But she said, I would always see your infectious smile when I came in the morning. And it didn't matter what I was going through. It made me feel good before I even stepped foot in the building. So we all had a gift, and that was my gift at the time. But as I continued to walk this path out, man, God just continued to progress me just a little more in these things. And so I'm saying, man, whatever your gift is now, which you should know what it is, and hopefully the Lord has been pulling on you in order to start operating in that capacity, we need to do it. What if our church was better than every other church in this sense? Is that everything we did, we tried to hurry up and help everybody. What if we tried to hurry? Well, what if we tried to help so much and be like, hey, man, I got it. Relax, man. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of that. But if we got to a reverse church, what almost is said is about 20% of the people in church do the work. But what if we got to that we got 80% of our people working in the church? We got 80% of the people wanting to be a blessing to those who they come in contact with out in the highways and byways. I was in the Gatlinburg the other day, and I just happened to meet a guy. He ran up to me. I never really spoke to him, and I don't really say much to sometimes when I'm in these events. But this guy ran up to me, and we met. Had a good conversation. And then he said, man, he's not a Christian. He said, man, but I truly believe God sent you my way today to talk to me. See, I'm serving my gift when I'm outside of here. See, it's not just for the church, man. You got to give your gift when you're outside of here. Because a lot of people won't step foot in the church. You see them. They're not going to step foot in a building. And then some of them do step foot in the building just to say they went. But, man, our lives and our gifts that God has given us and to serve these to the people is a beautiful thing. And let me show you guys this. So in that verse, we look, everyone has a gift. Everyone has a gift. So we have to get that in our mind, like, all right, Lord, I do have a gift, because in the verse it says I have a gift and I need to administer it to people. So now we have to operate in what our gifting is. We can't sit idly by no more and just say, all right, well, now you got a gift. It said over there in 1 Peter 4 chapter that you have a gift. So now we have to start operating in these gifts that we have. And so now we can't say, well, I don't know what my gift is. If you don't know, pray about it. Pray about what your gift is. See, because if you can just be gifted, just start, man, just loving people where they're at. Start smiling when you come up in there. Just smile big when you come. Woo, boy, I'm happy to be in the house of the Lord. Today is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it today. It doesn't matter what's going on outside of here. I'm on it. God, change my heart. Touch my heart right now. It doesn't matter what happened this week. Now it's start of a new week. Sunday, fun day. It's going to be a good day. All right. So we see that everyone has a gift, because each one had received a gift. And the word's not going to lie. God's not going to send you here without any tools to fight with. He gave you something to fight with and your gift. All right. Oh, man, I put both of those at the same time. I'm sorry. But really, this is what we have to come down to, is that your gift is not for you. If it's a gift, you have to give it out. That's what I'm talking about serving. If you have a gift, you have to give it out. If not, we don't know what you are. See, look, this is why you love LeBron James, because you can see his gift. He gives it to you. Y'all see what his gift is. The reason why y'all love Michael Jackson, because he gave you his gift. If you did not have a gift, if you didn't display your gift, we wouldn't know that you have it. So really what LeBron is doing when he plays basketball, he's serving you his gift. See, y'all don't look at it like that. And if you were so gifted and your gift was just for you, we would come give you money for doing nothing. Wouldn't we? We'd be like, man, I know he's a preacher. He ain't preached yet, but I know he's a preacher. Go give him an offering. It doesn't make sense. We'd be like, hey, man, that dude is 6'6". I know he can play basketball. Give him $1 million contract for sitting over there. No, you got to serve it to somebody. You got to serve your gift to somebody. See, that's the way this works. Once you serve your gift, now we know what you are. Now that's how you make the money. That's why we love actors. We demand Denzel get $10 million a movie and all that other stuff? Because he has a gift. And he serves it to the world. That's exactly what he's doing. See, because when you look at a tree, the tree gets gifted with fruit. It's not for the tree. The tree does not eat its own fruit. See? It doesn't. I haven't seen a tree eat its own fruit yet. It's for us to be attracted to it, to be enamored by it. You say, man, that's a beautiful tree. I say, man. And that's what happens to human beings. We look like, dude, I don't know what it is, but something's different about you. Man, you're gifted. You're gifted. Something's going on here. And so now when you start to serve it to people, people know how to categorize you. See, and that's what happens when you keep changing and shifting jobs. We don't know what you are. Jack of all trades, master of none. Isn't that what they say? So now when you start to get into your gift that God has given you, you start to hone that gift in. So you start operating that gift. Now we know what to come for you for. See, when I was ushering, they knew, man, Jesse can work it out. Go talk to him. He's the usher. He'll get this worked out, because that's what my gifting was. And I was good at it. I was good at operating. I've just always been kind of good with people. And so now when you start to get into your operating your gifts or talents, now you can say, oh, man, all right, go to that person for this. That's a dentist. See, I don't go to a mechanic when I need a dentist. He's serving me his gift. He's a dentist. See? And so that's why we had to get this straight, especially with the kingdom of God. He said, man, look, if you're a preacher, he said, preach with all your might. If you're a teacher, teach with all your might. See, because you got to serve your gift. See, that's when you're going to truly be happy, is when you actually give your gift. See, sometimes if you just sit and try to hold on to everything, it's not going to make you happy. The happiest times I have is when I'm serving people. That's the happiest time that I have, is when I'm serving people. I was talking to a guy. He's like, oh, man, but he said, man, I heard you got a barbershop and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't want to cut hair no more. I'm just being honest. I don't want to cut hair. I love interacting with people now. And so now when I do cut your hair now, I do want to interact with you and see where you're at. But I don't even like telling people I'm a barber no more, because that's not really, I don't feel like that's my gifting no more, man. My gifting is getting with the people, out amongst the people, and talking and trying to touch and change lives. That gives me the fulfillment, man. It gives me a joy like you wouldn't believe. And that's why every single Sunday, man, I'm working on these sermons, trying to put them together. So I say, man, I want to serve this gift correctly to the people. That's why I do this. But look at this. And the last one, and y'all see it up there. The gift you serve is not for monetary gain. It's not. If you chase the money, you'll never be happy. If you chase the money, you will never be happy. The gift that God has given each and every one of us is not for monetary gain. That's not why I do this. It's not for the money. I ain't got paid yet. I'm being serious. I've been doing this for a while. I ain't got a check yet for doing this, but I love it. It's my passion. I enjoy this. Man, it wouldn't be good if I wasn't teaching the word of God and trying to give you guys something to grow on. See, when the Lord, I felt like the Lord gave me this model, teaching people how to grow, change, and produce. Just imagine when that starts to happen, man, when you start to grow, your life starts to change, you start to produce something effective in life. That's where the teacher gets his fulfillment. That's when the Lord, man, he was working with them disciples for 3.5 years, and they finally got it. Oh, you're excited. You're excited once they get it. But it's not for monetary gain. And it was so amazing, man. A guy asked me to come speak at a church. This was maybe about a month ago, Nancy? Yeah, maybe about a month ago. And so they called me up. And, hey, Pastor Jesse and all that. And I said, oh, okay, yeah. And so they said, is there anything you need before you get here? I said, no. I don't need none. I said, as long as you got a little USB or whatever, I'll be good, as long as I can plug my little USB up. And then after that, she said, what's your fee for speaking? I said, what? I said, come again? They asked me what my fee for speaking is. And I said, nothing. So, y'all asked me to come. I said, I'll speak, But at the end, after I finished speaking, they gave me some money. And I said, whoa. I said, okay. I said, look, I'm being honest too. I talked for, 30 minutes, Nancy?
Something like that, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, 30, 40 minutes. So you go 30, 40 minutes and didn't ask for nothing. All I did was serve my gift. Serve my gift. And God takes care of me. See, that's the way this works. And so, man, now since I've already got past the money part, life is simple. I say, my God shall supply all my needs. That's what I say now. I say, man, I'm missing in that little area. All right, God, you supply it. Because now all I say, man, now I seek first the kingdom and all these other things will be added to you. See, that's the way I move and I operate now. So I'm not chasing the money anymore. So life becomes very simple when you don't chase the money. And I'm preaching you guys in maybe next week or the week after. Once you narrow life down, it becomes so much easier. See, once you find what your gift is, life becomes so much easier. Imagine if we'll use LeBron again since we talked about him. Imagine LeBron trying to do a triathlon. See, now you got to do 3 different things. See, but what's that other one when you do like 10 different events? It's in the Olympics. What is that called? Triathlon. No, that's the triathlon is the bike, swim, and run. But it's that one thing, it's in the Olympics, but they do like 10 events over a course of days. And one of the Americans would always win. He was really good. But just imagine when you have to do 10 different things, you're going to lack and you're going to miss somewhere. But once you find that one gift that God has given you, and you start to serve that to the people, life becomes so much easier. See, and I'm gonna talk about that maybe in the coming weeks here. But man, once you serve the gift that God has given you, oh, you're in your lane. Oh, you're gonna get fulfillment. Oh, you're gonna get a reward for it. You're gonna get a reward. It might not be here the way you think it is, but you're getting a reward. See, it says we're gonna store up treasures that moth and rust and robbers can't come in and get. See, that's what we do this for. It isn't for the money. See, that's why we get this mixed up, because every time somebody thinks they need to get paid because they operated in their gift. No, it's my reasonable service. Well, I love that. That's my reasonable service. See, freely I was given. So what does it say? Freely receive? So that's what you have to do, man. This thing is free. This shouldn't cost nothing. The gospel is free. But a pastor, you say, well, the means to get it out costs money. And that is true, but it's free. See, man, so when I'm truly serving my gift, I'm free. Oh, man, I'm free like a bird. Couldn't tell me nothing, man. I could have talked to that guy for a long time. And I said, man, I got to watch some volleyball, too, so I can't be dropping all this knowledge on you at this time. You want to get some more knowledge, you tune in on Sundays. But just really, really think about that, man, because when we truly look at the gifts that we've been given and have been served to us, salvation was a gift that was served to us. You know, every single morning you wake up, man, God gives you health to move and to operate. You know, these are free gifts that God has given us. And so, man, God's not charging us for all these gifts. So, man, we have to get to the place where we're willing to serve whatever gifts we need to each and every individual that we come across. And you will reap a benefit and just it will pump your heart so fast, and you'll be so excited to see lives change, to see people set free. See, that's what this is about, man. But they can't get set free until you serve your gift to them. Because, man, people on your job, they need to be set free. But are you serving the gift that God has given you? And you know what that is. And, man, the church can use some gifts, too. We're looking for your gift. I can't wait, man. Once we get everybody operating in their gifts and talents in there, ooh, I'd be like, boy, here we go. Now we got us something. See, this is a real church. See, this is a real church because now we got everybody operating in their gifts and talents. And everybody just not sitting idly by waiting to see Jesse preach on Sunday. You say, hey, man, can I do this? Can I help with this? Can I do that? Be like, okay, man, let's operate. Now you start to get your reward like never before. And God, man, through all those times and through all those seasons, those ups and downs, God continued to bless because I was faithful in the little. I still call this as little, but I'm just so excited now about this. This is little, but man, this is exciting times. Very exciting time. Because, man, it's so much room for growth and expansion and so many things that God can do, and I don't have a bunch of headaches. I started out with headaches. Well, I had church members, I say, hey, I told my wife, I'm just going to go to the barber shop, and when it's time to preach, I'm just going to walk in right then. It was tough serving my gift to them. But this is a great core of people that God has sent us, and this is going to continue to get better and better. God's going to continue to get better and better as we start to move and operate in our giftings and our talents. The sky is the limit. No eye has seen, no ears heard, neither has entered the heart of man the things that God has prepared for those who love him. So keep that in mind, but be blessed and just have a wonderful and great day.